White Hart Lane, a happy place to be this afternoon. The Spurs fans have had the best possible Christmas bonus with the news that Osvaldo Ardiles will shortly be back in a Tottenham shirt. And today they welcome back their captain, Steve Perryman, after injury. Perryman, 31 years old next Tuesday, and he resumes the right-back position in place of Paul Price. The other Spurs change, an enforced one in attack. Steve Archibald has flu, so Gary Mabbutt pushes forward from midfield to play in his 6th different position since joining Tottenham at the start of the season. He has played before as a striker for Bristol Rovers, and the switch means that Mick Hazard returns in midfield. And after criticising his side so fiercely last week, Birmingham's Ron Saunders makes 3 changes. Mick Harford, David Langan and Mark Dennis all return after lengthy injury spells. Out go Tony Evans, Alan Kirbishley and Ian Handyside, who is substitute. So, although Langan and Dennis are better known as fullbacks, they look like starting this match in midfield. Referee Les Burton waits to start the match. But the tune over the loudspeaker is Ozzy's dream, because the Tottenham fans, having just heard the news officially confirmed over the loudspeaker, are in good heart. Birmingham City struggling at the wrong end of the First Division to kick off. Blue shirts, white shorts, only 2 goals away from home in the league this season in 9 matches. 11 there was Dennis. There's an offside flag up, but Tottenham have the ball anyway, with Glenn Hoddle. Spurs themselves, only 3 goals in their last 7 league matches, only 1 of which has been won. And they'll be hoping to improve that record this afternoon against the goalkeeper there, Tony Coton. Langan. Here's Hagen, lofted forward, Roberts, Langan, Harford, Dillon, looking for Ferguson, who could be a threat in the air to Spurs. Dennis, Lacey, Ferguson. Hazard was the tackle. Hoddle looking up to see the 2 front runners, both marked, checked, found Lacey. And then found Houghton. Galvin. Villiers. Bit short for Chris Houghton, but he made it. Burnley play the ball right across to Mark Dennis for Birmingham. 2 big strikers pulling away to the far side here. Ferguson and Harford, both well over 6 foot. Broadhurst. That's not the kind of cross that they will thrive on. Villiers. And through the middle goes Gary Mabbutt. He's on his own at the minute. Crooks is just going across to the left now, but Mabbutt didn't have too much on. Dillon. And Mark Dennis seeing plenty of the ball. Looks for Ferguson. This is the central striking partnership that Ron Saunders has got high hopes of now. Mick Ferguson and the other Mick Harford, who scored 9 goals in 12 games at the end of last season to help Birmingham clear of relegation. Oh, it's Crooks. Byron Stevenson made the mistake, and Garth Crooks got in behind him. Now, Crooks, although he's the top scorer, hasn't got one in the last 6 games for the first team, and was given a reserve match earlier this week to sharpen up, and scored then, but he was too high there. Only just. Birmingham have scrapped quite well away from home in recent matches. 5 draws in succession on opponents' grounds in the league, and it's last week's home performance that disturbed Ron Saunders there in the centre of the picture. Ron Saunders, who's the 13th manager since the war at St Andrews, and it certainly hasn't been a lucky seat. Driven by Houghton. From Stevenson, it went straight to Villa. To his left is Galvin. Doesn't need him. And brings a save from Tony Coton. Those who feel that if Ricky Villa was to shoot more often, he'd get far more goals. He certainly packs a powerful drive. The corner taken quickly, and he's there again. So too is Galvin. Here's Hazard. And Kevin Broadhurst in a good position here. Tottenham are outnumbered. There's a chance on to the right with Kevin Dillon. And Birmingham have got 3 players in the centre, and one of them is Harford. It was a good swift break by Birmingham, but in return, Spurs have got 4 against 4. Offside. Well, that was rapid stuff after 20 minutes play. This is Blake and Crooks. And this is Villa. And now Dennis. And in comes Houghton, backed up by Roberts. Well, the Tottenham crowd going a little impatient because they've got plenty of possession here, but Birmingham so far have defended well. Villa. Hoddle. Galvin. 7 white shirts forward in this attack. 8 now with Hazard. Good effort! Well, Spurs' lack of goals recently is something that they've been very conscious of, in working hard in training to try and put it right, and shoot on sight is the policy so far of the midfield players today. About halfway through the first half, and Keith Birkinshaw is just back from the airport, having completed arrangements with Ossie Ardiles. Takes his seat on the bench. Well, Hoddle lost it out there to Dillon, and Birmingham have now got 5 players in attack. Langan with the cross, Clements comes for it with some confidence, and also a good throw, which changes this. Well, it would have changed the game completely, but Hazard overran it. This is Van den Hauwe. Hoddle wins it against Broadhurst, and he's... Oh! Byron Stevenson on Garth Crooks. Now then, referee may say, goal-scoring opportunity, I wonder. Not the worst trip in the world, but Byron Stevenson caught Garth Crooks. Not too far inside the Birmingham half, in fairness to him either. Glenn Hoddle got away with one of those at Manchester United, and a booking suffices. And I don't think too many of us neutrals would disagree with that. And they're closing in there, hit the bar, and away by Van den Hauwe. Handball surely as it came back, and Gary Mabbutt so unlucky. Gary Mabbutt, dangerous in the air, comes through to hit the bar. It comes down, a Tottenham player handled, but that was the most promising Tottenham attack, and it followed a free kick, which in turn was given because Spurs had almost broken through. I think there are times in a match these days with Spurs when just need somebody to bring a little bit of order and variety to it, and that's precisely what's been missing while Ardiles has been away. Keith Birkinshaw well aware of that. That's Ferguson on the far side. And a hectic and fitful first half in which Gary Mabbutt's header that smacked against the bar was the nearest we came to a goal. Tottenham have a number of players perhaps not quite hitting peak form, and it's because Ossie Ardiles might come back and bring the best out of the others. That's one very good reason why Keith Birkinshaw missed the first 20 minutes, having just got back from Paris. Well, that's not Ossie Ardiles dressed up as Santa Claus, but certainly for the Tottenham supporters, Christmas has come early with today's announcement. And one man who'll be enjoying Christmas is the new Tottenham chairman, Douglas Alexiou, in the Spurs scarf there, in the front row of the director's box as Spurs start the second half. Playing from the right against a Birmingham team whose last 5 away matches in Division 1 have all been draws. 4 of them have been 0-0, in fact, which is the position here. Crooks. Here he is again. Hagen. Langen. Offside, flags up. Ferguson and Harford worked very hard there to avoid being offside, and Ferguson in his frustration kicked the ball away when the decision was given, and he's being booked. I understand his reaction in one way, because he'd worked very, very hard to avoid getting caught, although Harford on our near side was also up and the linesman flagged. So Spurs free kick. Crooks has started a run. Blake is there. I'll give Birmingham's defenders credit up to now. Handball will put them under closer scrutiny, but they have battled well there, Blake and his colleagues, to stem Spurs' normal classing and running game. There's a roar from the crowd because the Tottenham sub, Gary Brook, is warming up. Hoddle takes the kick meantime. Roberts with a flick, and John Lacey, who hasn't scored in the league for 2 years. In fact, the anniversary falls today, and when Glenn Hoddle curled the kick in, faintest touch from Roberts, and Lacey's shot, one of the best of the afternoon. Just under 25 minutes left as Ricky Villiers departs and Gary Brook replaces him. Reputation's not counting for much in the Tottenham team at the moment as they strive to find their real rhythm. Crooks was taken off last week, Villiers this week. Hoddle. And Mabbutt to Crooks. Gary Brook in the centre, and so is Galvin. And Crooks wins a corner from Vanden Hauwe, for which Lacey and Roberts are making their way forward. Lacey! It's his second timely effort, but it found Tony Coton standing in just the right place. Bit of holding there. The referee decides it was more by Harford than by Perryman. Free kick driven forward, on by Mabbutt. Here he is again. Mabbutt! 69 minutes gone, and a splendid volley by Gary Mabbutt. Fans in the new stand on their feet, because you don't see many shots struck better than that. Glenn Hoddle, a specialist in volleying the ball, but Gary Mabbutt has shown for Spurs and England that he can strike them as well, and that one just flew in the left-hand side of Tony Coton. A brilliant goal by Mabbutt, pushed forward today to play in Archibald's position. Unlucky in the first half when he hit the bar, but on that occasion he hit the back of the net. And what a versatile young man he is. Back four, midfield, centre forward, and he always seems to have some effect on the game. Not always as startling as that, but here's Gary Brook. Right underneath the referee's nose. If he wants to stop the game, he lets Spurs have the advantage. Crooks to Brook, and Brook hits one. by Tony Coton. Gary Brook himself a specialist in the powerful drive from distance, but Tony Coton got that one away. Birmingham are going to make a substitution any minute now. Question of Ian Handyside's attracting the attention of the referee. He'll have to wait. Glenn Hoddle with the corner. Oh, well, I think the loudspeaker has almost made the referee's mind up for him. It stopped the game, and off goes Mick Ferguson, and on comes Ian Handysides. Galvin. Hoddle. 3 in the centre for Spurs. Perryman. Hazard. And Brook. And Crooks couldn't make it against a very determined Noel Blake. Oh, and that was Lacey clattering in. Well, Birmingham now in the position where they've got to take a few risks. Handysides. Dillon. Glenn Hoddle picking up the Ray Clements throw. Spreading the play wide to Houghton. And the intentions of Galvin were read well by Hagan, who's done very nicely against him today, but will be penalised there. Certainly hasn't allowed Galvin too much scope, Jim Hagan, but concedes the free kick. 10 minutes left, Spurs 1 up. It was a free kick that produced that goal indirectly. This one is rather nearer to the 18-yard line, and Lacey and Mabbott are waiting for Hoddle to cross. And the header away, coming from Dennis, so it's a corner. They work it back again to Galvin. And Lacey will get a touch here. And Mabbott does. Crooks offside. Offside won't count. Lacey got the first touch, Mabbott got the second, but Crooks offside as he put the ball in the net. Well, there's the power behind the throw now at White Hart Lane. Douglas Alexu, the new chairman in the Spurs scarf, and Irving Scholar next to him, who masterminded the takeover. Well won again by Roberts, on by Hoddle to Brook. And now Mabbott to Crooks, and back to Mabbott. What a brilliant move! Oh, is it going in? Mabbott! What a brilliant move by Spurs. Little ricochet at the end favoured them, but they deserved that. The interchange from the minute Roberts first touched the ball was superb. Hoddle, Crooks involved. Crooks jabbed it forward, past the goalkeeper it went, and Mabbott ran it in. 7 minutes from the end, number 2 for Tottenham and number 2 for Gary Mabbott. Handysides for Birmingham. Oh, and off Clements, and here comes David Langan, and a goal pulled back 4 minutes from the end. The break initially was by Handysides, the substitute. The shot coming back off the body of Ray Clements, and David Langan, on his return to the Birmingham side, scores his second goal of the season. The other one was a penalty. They've worked hard. They kept Tottenham at bay until 20 minutes from the end, went 2 behind, but at least they've had a say now, Birmingham City. 3 points for Spurs, and put put this man where you like, he always seems to have an effect on the game. 2 goals earlier this season for the under-21s from right-back Gary Mabbott. 2 goals in midfield here against Forest, I remember. 2 goals today as a striker in place of Steve Archibald. A true, versatile player. The first goal volleyed venomously. The second, a lovely build-up. Birmingham got one back, but they're still in relegation trouble despite David Langan's late...
It'll be nice to see him back. Good news today of 2 former England...
A play by Andy Massey. And that's onside in spite of the appeal by Thompson. Aylott far post. Oh, and a fine goal.
What a good flick by Chinosi. Now. Good looking cross. Here's Christie. He left it to Hooks. And what a good decision that was. Neil's clearance to Dalglish. Beautiful turn. Oh, and on for Rush. What a perfect through ball. And what a brilliant goal.
But here's Gatting, and here's Case, and he made room well there, Jimmy Case!
Archibald turns back to find Graham Souness. He's looking to knock it forward. Picks out Dalglish and a marvellous turn inside the defender. Steps around another. Oh, and into the top corner. A stunning individual goal by Kenny Dalglish.
Matthews called for the first time ball. Dawes clearance. But here's Humphrey. Went alone. Oh, and alone was enough.
Free kick driven forward, on by Mabbott. Here he is again. Mabbott!
Here's a check on those goals. Goal A, Andy Massey. B, Paul Hooks. C, Ian Rush. D, Jimmy Case. E, Kenny Dalglish. F, John Humphrey. And G, Gary Mabbott. And here's how to enter. You put your name and address on the left-hand side against Aston Villa. And what a goal it was.
Here's Cabrini. Faced by Blair. Bettiger. And a nice turn. Williams with him. Cabrini with the cross. Oh, and a magnificent goal.
A second goal B scored by Gordon Cowans for Aston Villa against Juventus.
Good challenge by Shirea, but Cowans. Gibson calling for it this side, number 3. Everything right of him. Oh, that's a fine try! And a super goal by Gordon Cowans.
Second goal C scored by Zbigniew Boniek in the same match.
Cabrini. That's a lovely ball by Platini and Boniek! Oh, what a marvellous goal.
Next goal D scored by Gary Micklewhite for Queen's Park Rangers against Middlesbrough.
Roda, what a lovely piece of skill. He finds Flanagan, who lets it run through to Micklewhite. What a goal this could be. What a goal it is.
Goal E scored by Norman Whiteside for Manchester United at Liverpool.
Looks for Whiteside. Took it down beautifully, turned away from Hansen. Right side! What a fantastic goal!
Goal F scored by Ronnie Whelan for Manchester United, or rather Liverpool, in that game yesterday against United.
Here's Dalglish. Shot struck Macari. Kennedy. Whelan. And again, Whelan's curled it! Brilliant goal!
And lastly, goal G, Brian Rice in the Scottish match yesterday.
Ralph Callaghan. Not a bad ball, Thompson training up. There's Rice with a shot, he's done it! A brilliant shot by Rice.